Hey counselors, welcome to another video of Counselor's Tips. In this Counselor's Tips video, we're going to be covering REBT. That is Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy. It is one of many of the theories that came out of the behavior therapy era. REBT is most commonly known for the ABC Model of Change. Frequently, counselors feel overwhelmed by the concept of REBT, thinking that it is too complicated. Hopefully, in this video, I'll break down the simplicity of REBT and the application. Hang in there, because we're going to cover a lot of information related directly to REBT so you can put it to use. I'm showing several forms in today's video that has to do specifically with the ABC model of REBT. The one form I'm going to show shows stages A through E, and the other form I think is a more complete form to use with clients that shows stages A through F. I'm going to break these down for you and give you some tips on how to use these in application with clients to get them to change some of their irrational thinking and getting them to move towards their own solutions. When we practice the ABC model with the clients, they get a better understanding of how to grasp each stage and each step. The A in the ABC model of REBT is denoting the client's activating event. The activating event can be anything that the client interprets that's disturbing them. It can be interpersonal relationships, it can be something occupationally or educationally or otherwise. We want the client to denote what's bothering them. So in the example in this video, I'm going to run through a scenario of what a client may be documenting. The B is the really important section in the REBT model, because this is where the client actually has the ability to gain mastery in changing their own beliefs. We can't change the activating events around us, but we sure as heck can challenge and change our beliefs about things. The belief is something that the client is thinking that is in some way irrational. Most human beings have a tendency to have irrational thoughts, and this theory is great about challenging those. So irrational beliefs would be something that the client would believe that may be considered rigid. Something that starts with or has these words in what they say to themselves: must, should, ought. These are rigid demands that we make on ourselves. An example might be, I should have known better. Must it always be difficult for me? I ought to be performing at a better level than where I am. Those are just brief examples of things that we may hear from ourselves or from our clients. Another part of beliefs is oftentimes categorized as catastrophizing or awfulizing. That is, we're twisting or turning the situation that we've encountered into something that we feel we cannot deal with. So catastrophizing might sound something like this: if she always does blank, then it will always be an argument. There are no musts in life, and things don't always or never turn out the way that we think or we've experienced before. These are part of irrational beliefs that a client will carry into session with them. Another belief would be someone with a low frustration tolerance. So this would be clients stating something like, I can't take this situation anymore. Helping them investigate how much they really did take and what can and cannot be tolerated is a great place to work with a client with this kind of irrational belief. Another place where clients oftentimes have negative beliefs is the rating or comparing oneself. The next section that the client would be filling out is the C. So some counselors will have clients move from the A to the C. So there will be the activating event and the C. the C as being the consequences. Consequences are our emotions or behaviors related to the activating event. So here's a list of feelings that are negative feelings with negative consequences for the client. Anxiety often leads to an intense desire to avoid or escape people, places, or things. It is a place of arousal and generally connected with distress. Another negative emotion is depression. Depression is seen as a heavy, unhealthy, exaggerated form of sadness or emptiness. This sometimes occurs when there is a negative view of the situation, self, or expectations, where the client would be viewing the outcome as horrible or intolerable. Shame. Shame is a negative behavior that is frequently associated with the belief that someone will condemn us or shun us. It is oftentimes coupled with failure and feeling humiliated, and as though we will be seen as an outcast from the group. Guilt. Guilt in REBT is seen as an unhealthy or negative emotion. It is connected to our beliefs that we believe we're immoral or corrupted. Frequently, clients with unhealthy guilt will see themselves as an inferior person to others. Unhealthy anger frequently encompasses a person blaming another for some kind of obstruction or failure. In blaming another, unhealthy anger will see the person as the reason the situation has occurred, or that it's their fault. Unhealthy anger sometimes leads clients to think of ways to punish others or hold them accountable in places that maybe another person is not at fault. Hurt can be seen as a negative or unhealthy emotion in REBT. When a client feels hurt, sometimes the underpinnings are that they believe that another person has mistreated them. There are times a client will connect someone mistreating them with them not feeling valuable as a person. Negative hurt can impact clients in these ways. A client could withdraw from a relationship. A client could devalue the other person who they believed hurt them. A client can dwell on the hurt and liken it to past hurts, thus complicating the current pain or disappointment. Another negative unhealthy emotion in REBT is unhealthy jealousy. This happens when one person perceives a threat to their valued relationship. Clients will oftentimes feel like the person that they're jealous of or have unhealthy jealousy with is not necessarily loyal in the relationship. Clients who have unhealthy jealousy will frequently have a rise in scrutinizing behaviors or criticism. They may be demanding for reassurance. They may be attempting to restrict the other person's freedom in relationship. There may be other behaviors such as social withdrawal or retaliation in the relationship as well. Another negative feeling is unhealthy envy. Unhealthy envy is recognizing that somebody else has something or achieved something that we desire. This unhealthy envy can lead to must thoughts. We must not be as good. They must be doing something corrupt. We ought to have what they have. It can lead to fixation of thoughts on the other person's achievements or items or relationships that we believe that we need, when in fact that isn't true. Clients who haven't been able to work through this unhealthy envy will demonstrate thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that will look like a tendency to devalue the other person or even devalue the situation, item, or achievement that the other person has so that they can keep away from the pain of not having what they want. clients will frequently not understand that there is a belief that is underlying their feeling or behavior. They'll just connect the activating event with the consequence. So if you want to, while teaching the client this new technique, move them from an A to a C before the B, that's absolutely fine. The D is disputing. And so what happens in this section is we teach clients how to dispute their own irrational beliefs. We do this or teach this technique of disputing irrational beliefs logically and pragmatically, generally without feeling. It's an evaluation or fact-finding mission. So we can ask questions to help teach clients how to learn to dispute their own beliefs, such as this. Will keeping this belief help me or continue to hurt me? Is there any evidence to support my belief? Is my belief considered realistic or logical? The next section on the REBT model is the E. E represents the new effect. In the E section, clients are going to be recognizing what their preferences are. Some people prefer situations to be a certain way, but it doesn't mean because we have those preferences, it will occur. In the E section, clients will also be documenting what they can tolerate or what they can stand. The F part of this form is denoting for the client their new feeling. And so this is an area where clients are going to learn to work to achieve these new feelings by evaluating their consequences related to their beliefs. That was a lot of information on the ABC model from REBT. I know that it is beneficial for you in getting clients to move from their activating event and their irrational beliefs all the way towards new feelings and new thoughts and new behaviors. If you found this video to be helpful, please give it a like. If you want to learn more from Counselor Tips, look for additional videos and consider subscribing to the Counselor Tips channel. That way you can see new videos that come out every week.